Hello Star Wars fans and collectors, it's me Jedi Master 98 back again with another Star Wars figure review. In today's Star Wars figure review we're going to be taking a look now at another character from the Mandalorian TV show, and in today's Star Wars figure review we're going to be taking a look now at a Mandalorian that appears in Season 1, Season 2 and Season 3 of the Mandalorian TV show. Now if you haven't watched the third season of the Mandalorian TV show, there will be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't watched it, watch it, come back to this review and see the figure. Obviously this is a character that got killed off in the third series of the Mandalorian TV show, but in terms of its character, interesting character and very cool as well, but in terms of figure it is absolutely phenomenal. I know I mentioned in my last review about the Dark Trooper being one of the best figures of 2023, and I can't think of another figure that can be up there just as high as this figure. Absolutely phenomenal. Brilliant accessories and everything, but like with the Dark Trooper, the price does make it a little bit short in terms of what to expect and stuff like that. But apart from that, the figure is phenomenal, really good accessories, details, and obviously the sheer size of the figure as well, which is pretty cool. So the character we're going to take a look today is this one. It is Paz Vizsla from the Mandalorian TV show. Now this is Paz Vizsla, who appears in the first 3 series of the Mandalorian TV show. As I said, absolutely phenomenal figure. Look at the size of this lad. He is absolutely huge in terms of his gun, his jetpack, and obviously the sheer size of the feather as well. He is so cool. So we've got like a Gatling gun, Arnold Schwarzenegger gun that you see in films like Commando and other iconic films. He's been in Terminator and stuff like that. He's absolutely enormous, but really cool as well. Really cool with the Arnie gun, as I like to call it. But the figure is just brilliant. I can't speak highly enough of it. Few accessories it does come with, not too bad, but as I said, the price, you're paying a little bit more than other figures, but that's the only thing that lets it down, it's the price. But as I said, it is what it is. You've got to bite the bullet, you've got to pay it. But I'm stoked with it. I'm just glad I got him. I was looking for this figure for a while, like with the Dark Trooper. He's selling out fast, so see if you can get your hands on him. But in terms of what you're getting, Paz Vizsla, he's the nuts. He's the bee's knees. He's the top dog. Really cool. I'm really impressed with it. So that's Paz Vizsla. Before we take a look at this huge fella in more detail, let's take a look at the vintage card that comes with this figure. As you see, this is the box that comes with this figure. At the top you've obviously got the Star Wars The Mandalorian logo there, the name of the character there, the feature that comes with the figure itself, the image of the character in action, the Kenner logo, and that. Obviously that is the price, £32.99 for a 3 3/4 inch figure, which is bloody ridiculous personally. I mean, 32 quid for that is just, it's criminal. But as I said, I've bitten the bullet a few times with these figures in terms of what they're doing, the style of packaging and everything, but really, £32 for a figure? One figure, you could get probably a deluxe black series with numerous accessories and stuff like that, but I don't know, it's up to Hasbro. If they want to basically take the piss out of people, it's up to them, but people are going to bite the bullet and everything. I know it is what it is, but if I'm being honest, it's a bit of a piss take really, but I don't know, it is what it is. But I don't know, it is what it is, but yeah, that's just my opinion really. But yeah, it is what it is. Turning the packaging around, you've also got the larger part of the packaging itself. Obviously continued artwork there, continued writing, and obviously you've got the accessories that comes with the figure. So obviously you've got the jet flames and everything, flame or sort of like blaster fire that comes with the large cannon. You've obviously got the knife that he uses in Season 3, the sort of like shield that he uses against those elite Praetorian guards that Gideon send out, and obviously you've got the large jetpack with the large Gatling gun as well, and obviously the figure itself of the large lad as well. And obviously at the bottom you've got the legal stuff as well. And in terms of the obviously parts of the packaging, which I forgot to mention that I'm going to do now, the legal stuff at the bottom, and obviously the artwork on that side and that side. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. As I said, Hasbro have taken the piss out of this one in terms of obviously the price and everything. I've bitten the bullet and obviously bought the figure, and obviously are reviewing this figure. But if you speak to most Star Wars fans in the UK, obviously in terms of obviously what's going on in the UK in terms of the cost of living crisis and stuff like that, and you ever speak to fellow Star Wars fans across the pond in the United States and Canada and numerous parts of the world as well. But my personal opinion, it's a fantastic figure, but let's face it, they're taking the absolute piss on the price. But it is what it is, so we'll leave it at that, because instead of packaging, you want to look at the figure. So that's packaging for Paz Vizsla. Let's take a look at this character in more detail. I'm going to start off with a couple of accessories. Couple of accessories I've added to the figure, and obviously the jetpack and the large Gatling gun itself. But we're going to take a look at two that he's not using at the moment, and that is the sort of like little dagger he uses and the little shield generator that he uses to fight against the Praetorian guards in the third series of The Mandalorian. Obviously he takes on a few of these guards and gets killed by the guards and everything. Obviously he's no match for them, so you can obviously accompany these with Paz Vizsla, so that's a nice touch there. I'll probably most likely later on in the review show you where these go. So that's the accessories that come with Paz Vizsla. The other accessories, I will touch base on that in this review, so let's take a look now. So obviously this is Paz Vizsla himself. The other accessories, obviously got the firing part on the top of the Gatling gun, sort of like the firework to indicate what's going on there. And obviously at the back you've obviously got the large jetpack with the flame obviously in the thrusters to obviously indicate that he can fly and do what he wants and everything, so that's a nice touch there. So that's the accessories. In terms of the overall design, fantastic, phenomenal figure. Articulation wise, got movement at the top of the head, shoulders, elbows and the wrists. Torso is movable, movement in the legs, movement in the knees and movement in the ankles. Obviously the big bad boy does come with this large Gatling gun, which can obviously be placed in his hands like that. And obviously at the back you've obviously got the jetpack that can be taken off and obviously removed, and you can obviously place that in his hand. And obviously one of the thrusters has decided to come off, so I'll just remove that, sorry about that. So yeah, they're the thrusters. They can be obviously removed from the jetpack, like with the flame or the part that indicates that the gun's being fired, that can be removed as well. As I stated, the Gatling gun can be removed alongside with the jetpack, and obviously it's absolutely enormous, the jetpack itself and the Gatling gun, so that's a nice touch there, really nice done, very similar to the flame thrower trooper from The Force Awakens, and obviously Baze Malbus's figure from Rogue One, so that's a nice touch there. As I said, you've obviously got the accessory in terms of obviously his knife that he uses, and obviously there is a little hole just on the side of the left gauntlet there, which he can obviously have the small shield generator that he does use to try and fend off those Praetorian guards. And obviously you can get him in a stand where he's obviously trying to defend himself, but unfortunately gets killed off in the third season of The Mandalorian. The ultimate sacrifice to protect the Mandalorian, Bo-Katan and the rest of the Mandalorian gang. Give you a zoom in on the overall figure itself, really phenomenal in terms of what you're getting. Obviously you've got that really cool helmet, very similar to sort of like a knight of the medieval times, something like a King Arthur or something like that. It's really cool. You've got some really nice battle damage on top part of the left shoulder pad and everything, and a little bit on the right. The chest plate as well, nicely done, some sort of like battle damage and carbon scoring. Obviously got the gauntlets there as well. You've obviously got the shield generator that can be removed, and obviously underneath you've obviously got the small hole where that goes, so that's a nice touch there. That also occurs on the right hand there, gauntlets there. The belt, large belt there, got a little bit more carbon scoring on the top part of the leg there. You've obviously got like a little sort of like bottom half of the cape thing going on there, which is cool. Obviously got some wiring on the gauntlets, and then obviously got the large knee pads and obviously his feet and everything, more carbon scoring on the knee pads and the leg part there. But in terms of what you're getting is really cool. Really chunky figure, and like I said, I'm just overall impressed with what you're getting. Like I said, I was glad that Hasbro had decided to release a version of this character in the 3 3/4 inch line of figures. But as I said before, the price that we are paying for this figure, Hasbro are taking the piss, basically. Hugely, considering. But it is what it is. I'll just place that back in his hand. But overall, in terms of what you're getting, this lad is absolutely huge, and I'm overall impressed with what you're getting. Just give you another zoom in before I wrap up this review of this fella so you can see him in action. Obviously you've got the flame effect, and obviously you've got this big bad boy shooting his enormous gun with his jetpack on his back. But overall, phenomenal figure, really impressed, and glad to have added him to my Mandalorian collection. So you can sort of like see him or hear him saying, "Get him to the chopper, I am the Terminator." Sort of like what Arnie would say in his films as well. But obviously Paz Vizsla is from a different franchise and a different galaxy. But overall, very impressed with this figure. Paz Vizsla is top notch, really impressed with it. But as I stated, with the packaging, Hasbro are taking the piss. But they're piss takers, but it is what it is. So that's pretty much it for Paz Vizsla. Hope you've enjoyed this Star Wars review. Really impressed with it, alongside the Dark Trooper and obviously Paz Vizsla here and everything. Fantastic figure, and I hope you've enjoyed this review. So thanks very much for tuning in. I'll be back with many more Star Wars reviews very soon. Please don't hesitate to obviously subscribe to the channel, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you very soon. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care, look after yourself, and as always, may the Force be with you.